Hello, my name is Jonathan Carey. Today I will be reading a small bit from a short story called The Voice from the Hearth by Nat Dunn. No one knew who lit the fire, but we saw the plum of smoke from afar. The winter's claw had driven our tribe north, where the land was so harsh that even our war mother, Ogavana, shivered through the first night. Our Elnuck herd died on the second. At least we had food for the third. But even that feast was a memory as we climbed the mountain with no peak. Legless Creek called it the half mountain of old Orn. Our shaman had lost his mind, but Ogavana bade us carry the fool. He had convinced her that our survival lay at the source of that mysterious smoke. The rest of us believed we were marching to our doom. The slopes of the half mountain were a tortured landscape of black stone. We found the ruins of a forgotten city shown on no map. Now just a maze of charred foundations, Creek perched atop Gordon's shoulders, insisted it was the once named Hearthhome. The dark clouds to the east flashed lightning, and winds carried the stench of wet fur and sweet decay. Our scouts did not return. We all knew what this meant, but none of us wished to utter the word or sign aloud. We climbed until we stood at the edge of the vast crater, then Creek saw the fire. This was odd, because Legless Creek was also blind. In the center of that basin was the source of the smoke, venting into the sky. Ogavana reasoned that at least the steep crater walls offered respite from the howling winds, and so we descended into what would likely be our grave. The smoldering terrain had proved difficult to navigate, but any halt would mean to bow our heads and accept slaughter. Then we saw the furnace. The dome structure was the only one that Latan made. It was crafted like the head of a great ram with tufts of goat grass in the spaces between. The smooth flagstones in the ram's mouth was a flame so bright we could find it with our eyes closed. We huddled around it for warmth while Ogavana laid out the plans for our last stand. It was better to die on our feet than shivering and huddled in the cold. Most of us were farmers, builders, menders, and few were still in combat like the other tribes. We cared for our elderly, our sick, and our children. Now we were far from the aid of the Avarosans, but war craves only blood and bones.